Hey, welcome back to Louisville Live this morning. It is time for Dr. Eli Live. We're opening up the phone lines. 276-2118 is the number to call. If you've got questions about your relationship, maybe you've got a blended family, having trouble conceiving, or whatever the case may be, marriage and family therapist Dr. Eli, we love having you on the show.
It's good to see you, Julie. It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a while. We've been missing each other.
Yeah.
I've been on vacation, and I think one day you were here, I was sick, and then vice versa. So it's good to see you again,
good
for
to see
sure.
you.
And I know, again, I get messages from people on my Facebook page sometimes, and because we get the questions coming, phone calls, emails to the station. I know you get them on your website, and I even get them on my Facebook page, like when does Dr. Eli come on, and can you ask him this and ask him that, and then I'll direct them to send them here. But we've got emails already that have kind of accumulated.
Great.
Over the weekend. If you all want to send an email in, it's live@wbki.tv. But again, we've got the phone lines open. 276-2118 is the number to call. But for those who are just meeting you for the first time, explain what it is you do and how you're able to help couples and families.
Right. Well, first and foremost, I'm a professor at the Kent School of Social Work, University of Louisville, in the Marriage and Family Therapy program. So I'm going to write about couples and families, do research on them, but also train therapists to work with couples and families. And in my private practice, probably about 80-90% is working with couples and families. So I like to do a little bit of everything, yeah. Okay.
And if someone is watching right now and they're thinking, I think there are probably a lot of people that know they have issues, know they need to be addressed, they're having a hard time just on their own, but they're hesitant. It's almost as if they feel like going to see a therapist is admitting, oh gosh, we can't
There's
do
this stigma with mental health, but we know, Julie, it doesn't have to be that way, because a lot of the work we do is preventative, giving the couples and families the skills to have better relationships, communicate better. So it's not a bad thing to come in and see someone like me or any licensed marriage and family therapist. Okay, so we want you all to remember that. There's definitely, as a matter of fact, it's the smart thing to do, as you said, the preventative, a relationship, a couple's relationship, or a marriage and family. These are things that you want to work on ahead of time and keep them healthy these predictable life transitions and obstacles. We're getting ready to get back to school in a couple weeks. A lot of families will come in and see me, just before all this chaos happens, right?
All right. Well, again, 276-2118 is the number to call, but we will take get to our first email from Tina. Doesn't say where she's writing from, but her name is Tina, and she says, I enjoy watching Dr. Eli Live, but Craig should stop giving Julie such a hard time. I agree, Tina. My question is about ADHD, and it sounds like her husband blames all of their marital problems on this. I think he's just lazy and using it as a convenient excuse for forgetting to do everything I ask of him.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Because ADHD is a serious condition.
Sure.
But how do you know?
ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. We see it kind of manifest in three ways, Tina. Primarily inattentive, meaning in this case your husband, he tunes out. Hyperactive, he's cutting into your conversations before you finish. My wife often accuses me of that.
I've got all kinds of people in mind
and then mixed, where we see both, Julie. So Tina, I think the first thing is, if you are going to get tested, you need to go to a professional that does psychological testing. And generally, talk therapists like me don't do that. And sometimes that testing, there's no one test for ADHD, Julie. It's a battery of kind of self-report and like IQ testing, but specialists will generally do that. So you don't necessarily have to go to a test. And I think it would be probably wrong to blame all your marital problems, Tina, on that. And your husband, I see it in kind of three different ways when I'm working with couples. One, as I said earlier, the partner will cut their partner off mid-sentence, which is frustrating for both people, and because most people with ADHD are kind of external processors. So they have that thought in their head, and they got to get it out. So they're not trying to upset their partner or be rude. It just happens. Another way we see it is when, you could be talking to your partner or spouse, and they're kind of staring off into space or whatever, because they literally lose you midstream. They're thinking on something else. Or a lot of couples will come in, they're divvying up tasks around the house, and the husband or the wife, whoever has the ADHD, they get lost in all of the tasks. So they start like 3 or 4 things, and they don't finish any of them, which is frustrating on the relationship. So that's kind of how it happens, Tina. So I think probably to work with your husband on reasonable expectations, if you want to get tested, go and see a professional that does that.
Okay, that's a good starting point. Let's see if that's it. Now, if they were to find out that's not it, she's going to feel like maybe he's making those things up. They can address that then, or you can answer those questions for him after the testing is done, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Again, 276-2118 if you have questions for Dr. Eli, would like some advice with your marriage relationship, couples relationship. We do have another email from Rita. Rita doesn't say where she's from either, so we've got some anonymous writers. But Rita says, I'm considering dating a married man. He's a good person, and I feel that he genuinely cares about me. I've never done that before, but he swears that he's leaving his wife. My friends tell me no, but my heart says yes. I'm not writing for your approval, but just wondering what your take is on this.
All right. Well, you know, normally I'm a pretty liberal guy, and even if it doesn't float my boat in my personal life, as long as it does no harm, I'm okay with. But in this case, and I don't know how you think, Julie, I think I don't see any upside in dating a married man. And if he's that great a guy, he will still be around when he exits that relationship. Most people, I think, when they think about doing this, they get swept away in the moment, having an affair, and they don't realize they're just thinking about them and the other person. They don't realize that, you know, infidelity affairs affect this gentleman's wife, kids, extended family, and these whole other networks. So they're really damaging things. So I wouldn't get started in that unless you know, the relationship is moving towards divorce and resolution. Because he might be great to you, but you don't know what he's telling his wife or his family or how committed he is to that relationship. And if he's a great guy, he'll still be there when his relationship is over.
And you know, in that situation, when I hear stories like that, my first thought is, if he is doing this to his wife, how can you be sure? What makes you think that he wouldn't be capable of doing the same thing to you?
Right. Generally, they're not just kind of repeat offenders. So,
exactly.
You know, you judge people on a track record of their past behavior, so you don't know what he's done in the past. So it might feel great in the moment, but there's probably more to this story than, than she knows.
Protect yourself, you know, kind of, you know, just take a deeper look at what's going on. But I think, like you said, people tend to get caught up in the romanticism of probably whatever he's telling her and whatever their time spent together is, but it's just not worth the damage.
And I also saw in your email, you know, your friends are telling you no, and these are people you trust and respect. And if they're telling you no, people close to you know you best, again, it sounds like you're looking for some indicator to say yes when all indicators point no. So stay away from the married man.
And we've got just a little time left, but quickly I want to get to another email we have, and we'll read that one off very quickly because these people are looking to you, you know, for the advice. Carla in Taylorsville says, I've been watching the past few weeks and I've noticed Julie knows a lot about relationships. Oh,
that's a question for you.
Ask her if she learned that on reality TV or from life experience. Definitely not reality TV. Dr. Eli, why are women like me and Julie more attuned to feelings than men? I can agree with that. My boyfriend is mostly emotionally unintelligent and I want to smarten him up. What can I do? We've got about
Carla, really quickly, most men, they think, you know, if they have to have these gendered stereotypes and these roles and they believe they have to be hard or tough, but generally they're more attuned and able to be emotionally intelligent, as you say, than they think. They just see their partner who does it so well, so they don't think they can do it that well. So I would take time, anytime you see him kind of lowering his wall, softening, to kind of reinforce that, not in overblown way, but just in, you know, positive, a gentle reinforcement that you like how he's acting. He doesn't have to be so tough all the time, and he doesn't have to do it as great as you do. He just has to meet you somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so meet in the middle then. Okay. I have to laugh about, you know, definitely no, did not learn anything I know about relationships from reality TV.
I was going to say, we could have I could interview you about that.
That could be, a whole other show. But, you know, it's, you know, it is what it is, and I'm still single, unmarried, so you learn from your experiences. That's what I try to draw from. And you make some mistakes and you do some things right and learn from it.
Cool.
We'll see you again next week.
Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here. Guys, still ahead, we're going to be talking with KinSafe about your computer problems or how to get those customer service people to cooperate. Don't go away. We'll be right back.